What's going on, guys? Robbie here, and today we're taking a look at Transformers Robots in Disguise Deluxe or Warrior Class Paralon. Now, this is a Toys R Us exclusive, at least in the United States, as far as I know. It does say it right here on the package, so I don't know what else to say besides that. And it is a repaint or pre-paint of Scorponok, and as far as I can tell, the Scorponok mold is not yet out anywhere, but here we have him in some very nice looking purple. So that's cool. He's part of the Minicon Weaponizers series, although he does not come with a Minicon himself. But you can see he's got some pretty cool card art here. Really neat looking design. Very, very... This reminds me very much of like Transformers Animated, just this design here. But anyway, on the back it shows you that he transforms in 11 steps. This transformation scheme is right here, and of course the rest of the packaging is devoted to the app. On the bottom here it shows you the other Toys R Us exclusives. You've got Power Surge, Optimus Prime, and Starscream. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy I'm going to go ahead and open this guy up, and we will check him out in just a moment. Okay, guys, here we have Paralon in his beast mode, and yeah, he is a scorpion, as you can see, and there are some very interesting transformation designs in this figure, and I'm kind of excited to show them to you. So yeah, he is a scorpion. He does have some posability in this mode. You can kind of move his claws around a little bit. They're a little limited, but yeah, you get some stuff going on here. He does have a chomping jaw, which is pretty cool. So that's kind of a neat touch. He does have a posable tail, although it's a little bit limited here. There are some ball joints in here. Well, there's a ball joint here, a ball joint at the very end. No, it's just a swivel. I'm sorry, it's just a swivel. But there's a ball joint at the base, and then there's a swivel here at the midpoint, and then another swivel at the very end. So you can get some movement out of that, but it's a little weird. He can't really get his sting up over his body, which kind of a big deal for me anyway. It's a little bit strange, but you know, you can get some decent posability out of it. He does have a separate sting kind of on the end here, so you don't have to have the sword attached. But this sting is very, even more wimpy. Like, he can't even get, he can only like scratch his back. He's like, oh, that feels good. So, I prefer to have the sting in there, or the sword rather, but your mileage may vary. But anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much all the articulation you're getting in this mode. You can swivel it around because it is on that ball joint, of course. And you can wiggle the legs up and down if you want, make it look like he's walking like that. But that's pretty much what you're getting. So this is a repaint / retool of the Scorponok figure. The Scorponok figure is not yet out in my, anywhere I can get it, that at least. So I'm not able to compare the two. I know just from pictures that this is a different robot head from the Scorponok figure, and of course the paint is very, very different. Scorponok figure being mostly like browns and tans, whereas this guy is like straight up just purple. And it's a very nice purple. I actually really like the color on this guy. It's very very Decepticon-y. But yeah, so pretty cool. So transformation to robot mode. What you want to do is we're going to go ahead and lift these little scorpion legs up here, get those out of the way. Now we're going to come around here. We are going to detach his robot legs from the bottom of his scorpion mode here, just like so. And we'll just bring those down just like that. Now what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and pull this whole section back like so. We're going to flip his scorpion head in just like that. We're going to bring his robot mode head out like so, and we're going to accordion this section down here like that. And you can see now it's all kind of coming together, but now you've just got this loosey-goosey connection point here. So you can leave it like this if you wanted to and have like a super Beast Wars throwback, because first of all, look at that robot mode head sculpt. That is like straight up Beast Wars Scorponok. I love that head sculpt. But what you're gonna do is we are going to open up these claws here to reveal other claws. So those are the robot mode forearms, and we're gonna go ahead and like, these are just loose goose on here. We're gonna bring them up the arm and then turn them around. They're actually keyed. You can kind of see there's some tabs and slots in here, and some tabs, and then this tab here is going to go in this slot here. So you just bring it all up and then just key it in and plug it all together, and then that is going to lock the chest in place, as well as give him some crazy shoulder pads. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Flip this whole bit around, close it back up, key it in, and lock it into place like so. So there you have that. We're going to flip the scorpion legs all the way back now. I'm going to bring this up, and I just guess kind of put it against his back here, which I'll get into in a minute. And then we're going to actually swivel his robot legs around like so. Bring these legs down, flip the feet out, and they will soft lock into place, and then you can kind of pose him out however you like. And there you have Paralon in robot mode. And this is where it stops really looking like Beast Wars Scorponok, but the head still really invokes that Beast Wars Scorponok, and I do really like this kind of very thin at the bottom, this lanky legged, like big upper body, huge pylons on the shoulders. I really do like that. It's very I don't know, it's very tarantulas actually, and you can move these bits out of the way, which I just actually noticed now. To be honest, you can move those out of the way. You can also just kind of flip them forward a little bit, just to kind of make that a little more flush. So that's really cool. So you can get, you can get his arms pretty far up and stuff like that. His hands can still hold 5mm peg items like his sword, so you can swing that around, which is probably better because, again, his tail doesn't come up over his robot mode either. So it's probably best just to kind of leave that just sitting there on his back, and just sort of leave it alone. You can stick the sword in there, but it looks a little bit goofy, so just have it in his hand or whatever, and that should look fine. His head is on a ball joint, so it does get some decent movement out of that. You can move it down just a smidge, but yeah, his head does have some decent posability to it, and again, that head sculpt is just awesome. I love the colors. He's got a little bit like a pinkish purple in his midsection here. He does have bicep swivel. He's got the ball jointed shoulders. He does have that regular elbow, which does go back a little bit, a little weirdly, but you got that going on. His hands do look a little goofy. I would have preferred maybe just fists. I know, the robots in disguise thing is that, the Decepticons transform and then they look even almost more animalistic than in their vehicle modes, but in this case it's a little different because he starts out as a scorpion and then transforms. So it would have been nice just to have like some straight up fists, because these, while they're fine, they just look a little silly, honestly. But that's whatever. That's just a my nitpick. You may not feel the same way at all. So he's got ball jointed hips, of course. He's got the thigh swivel, and he's got that cool chicken leg effect here, as well as the the foot you can move a little bit. So yeah, pretty cool. He does, you know, have a little bit of a hard time standing up in some poses, but for the most part, you can pretty easily just kind of position his legs to where it can support the weight, because you can actually, you know, you can get a lot of posability out of those legs. You know, moving one back farther and one forward, so he can kind of, you know, distribute his weight across those, and it's actually really nicely done. And the joints on the legs are nice and solid, which is also a huge plus, because sometimes you get some wobbly transformers and like you just can't do anything with them. But yeah. So Paralon, yeah, I think, I mean, just going by the colors, I prefer this guy over the actual Scorponok version, but I do like him enough that I may end up picking up Scorponok when I finally do see him in stores, so I don't know. Either way, I do like this figure. Hands are a little wonky, but it's a really cool like homage to Beast Wars Scorponok, and just the unique transformation alone kind of makes it worth just picking up to check out. So yeah, I do like him. So that's going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. It really does help me out. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more. That's it. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.